Charlie Blake Gotha says, hey, I'm from Germany and just graduated and now trying to get my first job as a 3D environment artist. Let's take a look. Okay. Get Blender, Unity. Yeah, we need more environments, Charlie. That will be my first advice. We definitely need more environments. And we need a little bit more complexity on the models, okay? Like, this is very, very important. Because, for instance, I see this telescope, and that just looks like a 6-sided cylinder with a couple of extrusions. Which, for certain kind of games, I understand. But then I can see that you do know how to do things a little bit more advanced. Like this one right here. This one's great. I love this. Again, it's another one that could really benefit from hand-painted stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, this is really good, man. I like it. Again, I do think that you could benefit from a more hand-painted style approach. But it's not a bad one. That was pretty nice. Let's see. So painting over your piece like that when you have different poses, it would be a pain in the butt to try and match the paint on different poses. No, of course it would be a pain to do that, man. Like, you don't do that. No, I was just doing that as an example. What you do is something like this. Here. You guys remember the Fogling from the other channel? Remember this little guy? I did a tutorial like, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago for this one. And this is like the hand paint. I'm just doing like some practice here. And this is how you do it. So you do some very basic bakes on other softwares like Substance Painter. And then you just bring it here and start painting. That's it. That's how it works. And you paint in a 3D view. Okay, so you just paint directly. But this is, as I was mentioning, this is a more sort of like let's call it hands-on approach, because you definitely need to go and do it. Like it's way more artistic. It's a good process. A world without. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is very nice, dude. Charlie, change the thumbnail, man. This is a big one for you, man. Like the thumbnail here, this not great. I understand what you were doing here. It's a like little fun joke, right? Like the seahorse thinks that that's another seahorse. But look at this beautiful shots right here. 9. Yeah, no, like if this was not portfolio review, Charlie, I would not have clicked on that one. That doesn't look enticing at all. But if you show me the corals, like this thing right here, like this shot right here, oof, that's a different story. And then you can add a little like a nod to the thing, but yeah, not bad. And this is too low poly. I understand that there's a thing like my girl right now. She has like a kindergarten game on the iPad, and it looks like this. So there's room for this kind of stuff. I just don't know if ArtStation is the right way for it. No, I this one I don't like because it's too simple. So you have a couple of good pieces, man. One of the things that I would strongly encourage you to focus on, Charlie, is make sure you can create some modular assets. And I know the environment course is one of the things that I've been promising for a long time. Believe me, we're still in the process for that one. But making modular assets or kits is important because it shows that you can think modularly and not make everything a hero asset. Okay, so hope that helps. No, Casey. Yeah, I mean, there's a way to do that. Like, even 3D Code has a way where you paint on top of, like, the 2D image and Photoshop, and then it, like, transfers it to the UV map in 3D Code. So I've seen some people do something like that, but no, you paint on the 3D model. What do you think of similar stylized models as that boat done in a classic PBR workflow? Because I've seen a lot of professional work that wasn't hand-painted. Yeah, it can be done with PBR stuff, like Fortnite thing. My thing is, just make sure that whenever you're doing this elements, you add enough variation in the value. Here, let me show you. Our eyes are very interesting machines. And one thing that they do is we of course see color, but we don't just see color, okay? The most important thing that we see to really perceive the depth of the objects is value. This, okay? So when I first see this right here, you can see that all of the values are very similar. Look at that. That one's like a 50% gray, pretty much. And that's like the highest point on the value. And then the darkest point, yeah, we get to like blacks or almost black. We do have a couple of highlights there, but even the highlights on the metal, you can see that, or on the very border there, they're not getting all the way to 1. So that's the change in value that we need to work a little bit with, because otherwise it becomes very, very difficult to appreciate what's going on here. So we can, of course, for instance, add a little bit more value here on some of the areas. Okay, and then on the highlights, we can push it a little bit more. Okay, to really see what's going on and to have something that looks a little bit more interesting. That's the secret to a lot of digital painting. A lot of concept artists will do this all the time, where they'll work on black and white elements, and then they'll add the color afterwards. Okay, so let me like desaturate this one as well so you guys can see. But yeah, you can see there, right? Like just adding those things makes them pop a little bit more. It's something simple. It's not something that just like screams at your face, but it adds more complexity to the whole thing. If you can do this with PBR texturing, with metal edgewares, with gradients, with things like that, go for it. It's gonna work. It's gonna be a useful thing, and you don't need to do hand painted. But if not, then doing a little bit of hand painted might be a good option as well. Capcast the Giant, welcome my friend, welcome, hello. Let's see here. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. One second, guy. Sorry. One second. There we go.